Chapter 10 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex has officially dropped, and once again, we have a lot to talk about. There's been a lot of controversy all over the internet about HIMA having the Nine Tails, and a statement that the Nine Tails made about HIMA'S chakra infinity, and how her chakra is more compatible with the Nine Tails than any of her predecessors. That means Minato, Naruto, and Kushina, and last but not least, Mito Uzumaki. Whenever you find controversy within the Naruto series or within the Boruto series, there's always one common denominator. The Naruto/Boruto fandom just cannot read, and they have a hard time comprehending basic fundamental concepts laid down by Kishimoto. I've been on anime Twitter since 2019, and I can honestly say 100% fact that majority of people watched the Naruto series through YouTube clips, and a lot of them never read the manga or actually tried to watch the canon source material in order. This leads to people shouting out that the Naruto/Boruto series has a lot of plot holes, contradictions, even though you can pull up to 10 to 30 panels to prove them wrong. They still want to believe they're in the right, which leads to pointless conversations. You see it from the power scaling community up to the shipper community, and God, I hate the shipper community. Like, there's people that actually ship Sasuke and Hinata, and they barely said any words to each other. The most normal ship community has to be the Boruto/Sarada community. They're probably the most normal people I've ever met in the shipping community. The rest of them are just too over the top. But back to the topic. So what we're going to focus on in today's video, I'm going to explain how HIMA'S genetics is the reason why she's a lot more compatible to the Nine Tails than Naruto or any of her predecessors. It's literally just her genetics, and this is something that's been laid down forever. We're going to end the video talking about the tag team match that's about to take place, Boruto and Kawaki versus JURA. In my HIMA was taken video, I stated that the only way we're going to see Boruto and Kawaki work together is through HIMA being in danger or being kidnapped by JURA, and we're going to get the Brothers of Destruction tag team match. But you guys know it's theory time. Let me cook. This is how I'm gonna go about breaking down the statement that the Nine Tails made about HIMA'S chakra being more compatible with his. I'm going to explain the Uzumaki children's family tree, their genetics, how this has been established and hinted on since the beginning of the Boruto series, why the Nine Tails chakra didn't manifest in Boruto. In chapter 10 on page 12 of Boruto Next Generations, Momoshiki looks at Boruto and says, "I see you carry some Byakugan blood." This very scene translated over to the anime, Momoshiki says something quite different. Momoshiki says you strongly inherited the powers of the Otsutsuki clan. And last but not least, in a Boruto Next Generation promotional panel called "Let's Address the Mystery of This Sudden Change," this promotional page, it stated that the Hyuga clan is a family whose ancestors is Kaguya's son, Hamura, the younger brother of the Sage of Six Paths. Boruto hasn't awakened the Byakugan. His bloodline makes him an inheritor of the Otsutsuki clan. This makes a lot of sense, because if you look at Boruto's horn when Momoshiki takes over his body, his horn looks more like Kaguya's horn than Momoshiki's horn. And to add on top of that, now that we have more information about the karma process and how you have to find a suitable vessel and how long it took Jigen to find Kawaki after testing and failing, placing karma on thousands of children, Momoshiki being able to place his karma seal so easily on Boruto proves how strong the Uzumaki children genetics really are. This is why Tonari was able to awaken the Jogan within Boruto in the Boruto novel, which was translated over to an anime canon art. I take a lot of things from the anime with a grain of salt, but Boruto was also able to act to summon Kaguya's secret weapon, the New Way. But this all points back to the Uzumaki's family tree. If you look at the family tree, Naruto being a reincarnation of Ashura, the Sage of Six Paths' son, and being half Uzumaki, another descendant from the Sage of Six Paths, he had kids with a woman named Hinata that is a descendant from Hamura's clan, the Hyuga clan, combining those three elements and producing offsprings that have the latent abilities of the Otsutsuki clan, giving them the abilities to be perfect Jinchuriki, which was stated by the Sage of Six Paths himself. In Naruto, chapter 670 on page 15, if you're using the manga app, the Sage of Six Paths says, "I split the powers of the Ten Tails that was inside of me and named each of the pieces and believed that the bond known as cooperation was true power." So if you guys forgot, during the battle of the Sage of Six Paths versus his mother, Kaguya, the Sage of Six Paths became the first Jinchuriki by absorbing the Ten Tails. This was all possible because Hagoromo Otsutsuki genetic. And we're going to double back on this panel, talking about cooperation and its true power. Let's move on to why the Nine Tails manifested within Hima instead of Boruto. Very simple, but a lot of people forgot. She is a female with the Uzumaki clan genetics. I've already explained to you guys why the Uzumaki clan is very important to the story of Two Blue Vortex, but let's take another trip down memory lane to the Naruto series. In chapter 498, page 14, Kushina said, "I have slightly special chakra and was kidnapped because of it." This means the females of the Uzumaki clan have special chakra that allows them to be perfect Jinchuriki. And before you say it's a reach, let's go back to chapter 500, page 4. Naruto yells at Kushina, "But why, mom? I was born with a particularly powerful chakra, strong even for one from my village, strong enough to suppress the Nine Tails. In fact, the first Nine Tails Jinchuriki was also a Uzumaki clan Konoichi, which made it a tradition." And let's also add in that Karen also had the exact same change that is produced from Kushina's special chakra to suppress the Nine Tails. She used it to destroy parts of the statue during the war arc after Sasuke died. Since Mito was the first Jinchuriki, the Uzumaki clan created a tradition to find other females with this special chakra to suppress the Nine Tails. So Hima's chakra being compatible with the Nine Tails shouldn't be a shock to any long-term Naruto fans that can actually read. All the groundwork was already laid down for us. Special feminine gene past Boruto. Speaking of groundwork, the Nine Tails saying that Himawari will have the ability to surpass any of her predecessors when she uses the Nine Tails abilities goes back to chapter 670, page 16. Hagoromo said, "and believed that the bond known as cooperation was true power." Since the Nine Tails has all of his memories of his journey with Naruto Uzumaki, all through Naruto Part 1 and Shippuden, he learned the lesson of cooperation and the true power when he was fighting side by side with Naruto during the war arc. So right away, this baby Nine Tails within Himawari already understands the true power of cooperation. That's why Hima was able to use the power of the Nine Tails so easily at the end of the chapter. Kurama understands that he has to cooperate with his Jinchuriki to allow them to reach their true power, just like Naruto. So the statement is valid and it makes sense. Hima's genetics, her special chakra, who her parents are, and a now tamed Nine Tails fully cooperating with her, yes, she's going to surpass the predecessors. As much as I don't like it personally, it doesn't take away from the facts. Like Kakashi said, one by one, the new generation will catch up to you and they will surpass you in the end. I apologize that part of the video was that long, but the Naruto fans on Twitter were giving me a headache, so I had to speak up about it. Let's move on to the second part of the video and the most important prediction that's coming from chapter 11, and that's going to be Boruto and Kawaki versus JURA. Like I said in the Hima Taken video, there's going to be a reason to force Boruto, Kawaki to work together. In the chapter, we see Kawaki fly off because Shikamaru told him that Hima is in danger. And I love this moment so much because it shows the human side of Kawaki that we haven't seen since he sealed Naruto and Hinata. This also confirms Kawaki has a soft side for Hima, which was displayed throughout the anime. The anime displayed that Kawaki and Hima had a special bond, older brother and little sister type vibe. So Hima being in danger is going to force the Karma brothers to reunite one last time and create a tag team scenario against JURA. At this point, JURA is a ruthless killer and Hima's life is very much in danger. Kawaki has to push aside his bias against Boruto and team up to make JURA flee the scene, because at this point, JURA is such a powerful antagonist, he's not going to lose this battle. They just need to damage him enough so he can leave. or my predictions of Hima being taken is going to happen, which I want to happen because it's going to raise the stakes in the series. This will speed race the plot. And from a writer's point of view, having the big bag antagonists lose so easily to the two of Kawaki and Boruto will take away from the menacing presence established by said character. And JURA has delivered on every type of way. Man already caught a body. Inogen is gone and I can comfort Ino. Man, I couldn't wish for anything better, bro. But yeah, that's it for my theory and prediction for chapter 11. And also, that's it for HIMA'S genetics. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm out. Ino, baby, I'm coming home.